sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cowboys and the Bulls. All that and more coming up next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, Brock, we saw Week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to Week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's Week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
Katie York set to get this one started. And away we go from Virginia Beach. On the return, here's Rico Dowdle. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Oh, it's intercepted. What a start. Denzel Ward makes the play.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Right to the air is Herbert. His throw finds Melvin Hare Jr. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. Herbert now off the play fake. Caught near the pylon. And all he needed was 1 more stride. He's at the 2-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Chubb runs it in for the touchdown. The Bulls parlay the interception into points. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
On now is York to kick this one away. Dowdle now to return it. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding proceeding team.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. Trying an inside give to Elliott. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Once again, Elliott. Good gain out past the 30. And he'll finally be taken down right along the 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on first. And he gets him around 6 there. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Right back to Elliott now. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Dak now from the gun. Rolling left, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Here's Chubb up the middle. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Chubb. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. He's got it deep downfield. And the catch is made for the touchdown. The Bulls take a 13-0 lead. Melvin Hare Jr. with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bulls drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is York to kick this one away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Has him on the quick hitter. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. From the gun is Prescott. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They've got first down from the 31.
First down, Cowboys.
They run it from the gun with Elliott. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. On the toss, here's Elliott. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Dak off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Ryan Anger on now to punt. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Our score, 14-0. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Bulls and Melvin Hare Jr. set for this next possession. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. He lets one fly deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Chubb here on first down. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 21. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Herbert now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Working inside the red zone. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's in. Touchdown. The Bulls take a 20-zip lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one right down the middle. Bulls stretch their lead to 21. On now is York to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punch, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. This drive will begin with a run from Elliott. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. First and 10 from the 41. Prescott here from the gun. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the 36. Ezekiel Elliott makes the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Another throw for Prescott. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. Elliott straight ahead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Dallas. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Aubrey now to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. First and 10 now from the 30. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up second and 2. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Chubb going for the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Virginia Beach. First and 10 from the 41. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Jordan Lewis on the coverage.
Back to the air, Herbert. Connects with the open man downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10. They give inside to Chubb. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Cowboys.
Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. Chubb is in. Touchdown! The Bulls get more points to end a lopsided first half. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. You're good on the point after. And the Bulls stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Dowdle now to return it. He's out of bounds on that return, Brock, because that takes us into the break. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for Javonte Williams. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. To return, Jerome Ford. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bulls are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Again, it's Chubb. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Second down, here's an option. The lateral goes haywire, fumble. And the Cowboys scoop it up. He's got room to roam here. And he's going to take it back. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. A great return out of him, makes a great play into one of our game's biggest highlights with that touchdown.
Yeah, some serious running back skills right there for a linebacker who doesn't get too many chances to show out like that. The only time we normally see him at top speed, Kate, is when he's running down a ball carrier. But to put that ball in his hands, he wasn't going to be denied.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
Well, I'm fairly certain he left his leg up there just an extra half second to try to draw the flag. But hey, you still got to be able to avoid running into him if you're the defender.
You know, Kate, you make a great point. And I've always wondered what these kickers and punters do in their meetings. I think they do that. They put on a pretty good show so they could draw a penalty, too.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. The Bulls with their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Takes off right out of the read option. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Chubb. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Taken down back at the 42.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. Trying to find some positive yardage. He's across the 45. And he gets this one down to the 27. And this is now a 100-yard gain for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. 1st down, they're going to stick with Chubb. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard
Nice job running out of the gun. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. I'm just going to go out on a limb, partner, and say that this defense is probably pretty tired of having to deal with this guy by this point.
Tired or exhausted?
Both?
Yes. Yeah, they don't have an answer. And when you've got an elite guy like this, no matter what you throw at him, he delivers, man, it puts you to sleep.
It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And in for the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now he's York to kick this one away. Dowdle now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys and wide receiver Brandon Cook set to take over now. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent, but in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Elliott running out of the gun. Ooh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Dak to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it. And the Bulls get it back on the final play of the quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play action now for Herbert. Harrison secures this left side. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
To Melvin Hare Jr. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll run here following the penalty. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Bulls put up even more points in a win. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bulls continue piling onto this lead. On now is York to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. First and 10 now from the 30. First down, here's Dak. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Elliott. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Dak now from the gun. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Denzel Ward makes the play.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Putting the tight end in motion. Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
To throw, Herbert. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Bulls sending out their punt team. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Throwing on first is Prescott. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Scooped up by the defense.
You know, Kate, defenders today are taught, don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form, making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. They go with Chubb here. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it sets up first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
And they'll take a knee. Lining up to take a knee on second down. That's the 2-minute warning here from Virginia Beach. Bulls looking like they'll start this season with a win. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They'll give to Chubb on the option. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Here's a give to Chubb. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. They snap it to Herbert. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's brought down for a loss. Offense to the line for second down. From the gun is Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bulls winners as we say so long from Virginia Beach.